Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today is December 21st. It's the winter solstice today, and it is -1 degrees out here. I have to have heat on at all times, otherwise it's just unbearable out here. And I'm going to do an experiment with the heater in just a second, but let me tell you what I got to do today. I need to get this box fixed in place so it doesn't rotate. It's actually attached with this Romex clamp, which is just fine, but I'm going to have to put a couple screws in there. I'll also get the ground wire on there. The less I have to do up in air, the better. We have the grommet in there. I showed all that yesterday. I need to get a line drawn along here for the location of the bracket. I'll be putting the bracket on up there, but I don't want to be messing around figuring out where it goes once I'm up there. So get a line on there, get this fixed up. Then I'm going to have to put a board under here so I can slide this back. This is overhanging. The panels are like right about here. I have to get this out of the way so I can get up the ladder and put 8 of these in place. I'm not exactly sure how far I'm going to be able to lean over, but I know I can go at least 3 feet. I want to get them as far as possible in there, but I'm going to have my staple gun up there with me and a hose, so it's not going to be all that easy. And I have to move the ladder 8 times to get to all of these joists there, so that's going to take a while. I'm going to work until I get too cold. I have no idea how long that's going to be, but yesterday it was about 3 hours. I hope that I can get this panel up and in place in that time, but I'm not going to guarantee that. All right, the first thing I wanted to do though is to test out this propane tank. This tank right here is really old. It's almost empty, and you can see that it only has a fire right in the middle, and the air right here is actually cold. You have to put your hand right in front of there. Well, let me show you. Right here, it's easy to put my hand there. It's just barely warm there. So what I'm going to do is put a brand new tank on there, and we'll be able to see what the difference is in the flame. I'll put this back on and run this tank dry at some point, but during this really, really cold weather, if I can get more output out of this, I want to do it. So let's get that new tank on here and see what the flame looks like. Check this flame out again. Maybe I could put these side by side and show the difference. All right, the new tank is hooked up. Turn on the igniter. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, we're gonna leave that tank on there today, and we'll drain the rest of this one on a much warmer day when we have a lot more of the sealing in place. All right, let's get going on this stuff. Unfortunately, you really can't wear gloves at all. What I'm doing is hooking the pencil into the top of the apex of the hole. Got to measure the back part there. And then just dragging it along the rib there. trying not to scratch up the panel at all. And that'll do it. This metal is insanely cold. I gotta keep going back and forth between having gloves on and taking them off to work. I probably could have did this with the gloves on, but oh well. Alright. Now I need to find the fixing screw, pilot drill, and what else? Oh, my ground screws and a ground wire. I wish I didn't have to have that heater going, but it's pretty much a must for the next few days at least. Show you what I got done. I got all of my depth gauge sticks in. That's how deep the blown in insulation will be, and they're kind of all over the place, but that doesn't matter. The rest of them are all going to go right in the middle, and well, hopefully they'll be a little bit straighter than these, but again, that's not really going to matter. What I'm going to do when I blow in the insulation is completely bury these by just a little bit, and that should be a little over 16 inches deep. Okay, now to try to get this panel up. I have a 2-inch hole, and I'm hoping that that's enough to get this panel up over this pipe here. I'm going to have to turn the valve to the on position, of course, and I believe that the panel goes about 1 inch into that F&J. Yeah, it's going to be really tight. I'm going to have to go up and down, jiggle and joggle, and with any luck, it'll fit. If not, I may have to take that pipe apart, but I really hope not. Let's get this panel on the lift and give it a try. Wow, that little bit of gas that was in the line from the test stayed in there all this time. That is actually a real good sign. Okay, I should measure this real quick. I don't think it's going to have a problem going over this. I think the big problem is getting it so that it's not like tight against the pipe here and won't go into the F&J there. According to my measurements, it should work, so let's give her a try. I got the panel on the lift. All we got to do is lift her in place. I got this thing in, and what I found out was that I needed to raise it up and get it onto the black pipe here. I just pushed it and kind of rested it on here, then got it up about, well, I went up like this high, and there was no way on earth I could get it around the F&J. So what I did was lowered it back down and then went at an angle and actually pushed the F&J in to pop it up over it. It was pretty close, but I got it to work. You could see there's a bit of scratching on the F&J there, but no big deal. And you could see that this is about, oh, I'm gonna say 3/4 of an inch off. I'm not sure if, yeah, you could see that it's held out this way about that same amount. And that's because this girt here undulates. Well, it undulates all the way around. The girt is only fastened on both ends. So what it does is if the girt has a bow to it, you're gonna have that bow on your panel. That's all taken care of by putting the center panel in over that, and the seams are all nice and straight, but each one of these outside panels can be up to an inch in or out. But it worked. We got, oh, almost 1/8 of an inch of clearance there, and once I get everything screwed down, I'm going to foam around that before I insulate it. Good, good, good. All right, I'm going to get this thing screwed in place, and it will probably be quitting time by then, but we'll see. This little heater did a whole lot of good with a full tank. This place has 2/3 of the wall insulation in and only 1/3 of the ceiling insulation, and it got it, oh, we'll see what the temperature is. It's 8 degrees outside. That's the high temperature for today. And it is 34, about 35 in here. So that's pretty damn good. What is that, 17 degrees difference? Something like that, or 27. Yeah, 27 degrees. Okay, so coming up on this, I have to get the box wired. I have to get the thermostat wire in there. Those are, well, a little bit involved. The electric wire has to go up and over. It's going to come down with this big heavy wire here to the future sub panel that's going to go here. The thermostat wire is just going to follow this joist here, go across the top of the joist, and come down in the middle of the wall over there somewhere. What else do I have to do here? I have to get the bracket on. I have to foam the end, do the taping. I have to foam around the pipe there. And then I should mount the furnace right away. Get that completely hooked up so I can get the propane people over here to test it. Then I can move on to the rest of this. I have to get the tops of the insulation cut, the rest of the panels in here, blah, blah, blah. Lots of work to do, and the coldest days are yet to come. And it's going to last for, I believe, 6 more days. Then it's going to get nice and toasty warm again. We got 40-degree weather in the forecast, but before that happens, we have -10. So we'll just deal with that and work a few less hours. And when that 40-degree weather gets here, hopefully we can get this wrapped up and sealed up so that we can work on the rest of this in heat. I keep forgetting about this. This furnace is set up for natural gas. I'm going to have to do a propane conversion on this. These are the jets right here. And we got a few other parts, and then they give you some stickers to let people know that it's been converted. So that should be a pretty interesting video as well. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.